Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
This is awesome!
Right. Hello and welcome to Cheap Shot Entertainment. We're going to take you through everything that happened at the Aspire show on the 8th of March 2020, the same day as Elimination Chamber, available on the channel, the review by me and thee. I'm your host, Luke, and I'm here with Connor, the maker of mayhem on this channel.
And the Saved by the Bell Army.
And the Saved by the Bell Army.
Saved by the Bell.
Sorry, Saved by Bell.
Is that Morris?
It's a bit like Waterloo Road, isn't it?
Pains me.
It's like Waterloo Road, isn't it?
It is like Waterloo Road.
See?
It is nothing like Waterloo Road at all. And Zach Morris isn't even the wrestler in it.
And Zach Morris hates my guts.
Yes, he does.
I love him too.
Yeah, so the Aspire show on the 8th of March 2020 in the St Martin's Methodist Church
Hallelujah.
in Allington, which is around the corner from the co-op.
Yeah, go on.
Not a paid advertisement. I think that's fast becoming my slogan, to be honest, not a paid advertisement. 2 out of 3 falls match starts us off today on this show. It is Jack Sparta versus Bam Bam Barton. Bam Bam Barton rocking new ring gear.
Yes.
It could be new old ring gear. I've never known him outside of his tag team. Really. So, yeah, look decent. Look like you've been training. Look like you've been working hard. Lost a bit of weight. Going against the master of the beatbox.
Beatboxing.
The master of the beatbox, Jack Sparta, and it is a man bag, not a handbag, as people will have you think.
And he does not have corona.
He does not have corona.
Yes, it does.
Does not have corona. Josh has corona.
Josh has got a lot of things. Single ladies?
No single ladies.
Anyway.
2 out of 3 falls match. This one's been brewing for quite a while. They've had a couple of matches. They've gone 1-1. Scarlet Page came out and said, right, okay, we're going to finish this. It's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match at Allington, at the St Martin's Methodist Church. On
Bam Bam seems to be having a lot of these little rivalries, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah,
he had
we had a big
Raw.
one with Rourke, which he did lose. He's won this one, which will go through the falls. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with him as a singles competitor. I've never known him outside of the tag team. with
Challenging someone for the Aspire Championship.
And if it goes how we think it might go,
Yeah.
that could be a rekindling of an old rivalry.
And a good match.
And a good match. Jack Sparta gets the first fall with the reverse AA. I'm not quite sure what he calls it, whether he's got a proper name for it. Jack, get in touch, let us know.
Box of beats.
The box of beats adjustment. The box of beats adjustment.
Yes. There we go, we've named it.
Adjusting the sound. Gets the pin, first fall.
Quite an early pin.
Quite an early pin, quite a quick pin, and Bam Bam Barton comes back with the most perfect of suplexes.
We got our chant going, didn't we? That was
Yeah,
perfect.
That was perfect. Most perfect of suplexes with a leg hook as well to go in with it, reminiscent of a certain Kurt Hennig. It was perfect. And he scores the second fall, so he's 1-1. And both of those falls happened quite early on in the match.
Yes.
But it would then come down to who would pick up the third fall for the victory, which would lead to a bit of a longer segment in the match,
Yeah.
where there was back and forth action between the two.
Jack managed to injure the leg of Bam Bam.
Yeah, he was focused heavily on the leg
Yes.
of Bam Bam, but it would come down to a jackknife powerbomb
Yeah.
from Bam Bam Bottom
Mm.
on Jack Sparta, who would put Jack Sparta away for the victory. 2 and 3 falls. He gets victory and measure of revenge over his young rival, who was cheating all the way through this rivalry, and grabbing tights and things like that. And proving that he can still go against the younger members of the Aspire roster. Get another tag team match next. It is 6-man tag. This one.
Yes.
A lot of tag matches in this one, and another tag team wrestler missing the other half of his tag team.
Yep.
United in Violence. In Bully Boy Carter, he's not there. Juggernaut John Allen's going on his own. He is luckily teaming with the Firm. Spike surfaced a lot.
That's him.
Surfaced a lot. Shout out. And
Yeah.
Steve Mitchell.
Yeah. Peggy. And Spike.
It's Peggy. And Spike.
Fisting.
I thought we were doing British Invasion. And they're going against Anonymous. We don't know who he is. Joseph Cardinal and Ronan. Seems like a very popular wrestler in Aspire these days, does Ronan, after helping Paul Malin in the Christmas Chaos match.
Yes.
Turning the corner after that massive and epic rivalry, in which Malin did eventually win and pick up the Aspire Championship. Really good match actually for what it was, for a 6-man tag, something that I don't tend to tune into that much because there's so much going on all the time. And these guys, they've got bucket loads of experience, they know how to work it, they know how to work the 6-man tag, and it worked. And it really did work. I enjoyed this match quite a lot. And it would be John Allen's and the Firm coming to blows that would lead to the victory for the face team in this match. John Allen's goes for it was
John Allen goes to punch Joe.
Yeah, misses.
But Joe moves.
Yeah, misses and hits. Who did he hit?
Mitchell.
I think he hit Stevie Mitchell.
Yeah.
And they came to blows. Spike trying to come in to the middle. It's like, oh, we've got a match going. They came to blows. John Allen's leaves.
Stormed out. Bless him.
Stormed out.
Having a tantrum.
Had a tantrum.
Need to go on a naughty step, I think.
Left the building.
Yeah.
Went to the naughty step. And this would lead to the victory for Anonymous, Joseph Cardinal, and Ronan.
Yes.
Nearly forgot who it was then. Misguided fisting from Stevie Mitchell. Ronan picks up the victory with the splash from the top rope, quite impressively, having gone through what he's gone through recently, health-wise. From the top on Spike, as Stevie Mitchell is low-bridged by Joseph Cardinal, sent to the outside, and picks up the victory by a pin.
Quite a solid match, really.
Very solid match. Big names, like I say, lots of experience between the 6 competitors in this match, and it really did work. And the crowd were well into it as well, and I think that always helps.
This is building up towards the 4th anniversary show in May.
In May, 10th
of May.
10th of May.
The big 4 years for Aspire.
4 years, golden opportunity awaits.
So if you're in Derby on the 10th of May and you want to see some good wrestling,
Get in contact with Aspire on Facebook
or Instagram
or any of those means. Usually Facebook, pretty good.
Yes.
And
Just £5 for one ticket, isn't it? £5.
It's the 4th anniversary.
£5 for a ticket, or is
£5
it 2 for
ticket.
8 as well for both
2
shows?
for 8.
For 2 shows.
And for 2 shows, both shows in May.
There's also a raffle.
And a golden opportunity to be won.
Yes, there is a rumble.
One person.
A 30-man
as a rumble. 30-man rumble.
So,
which is definitely not royal, because Nayland would have a fit.
Yes.
Called it royal.
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Going on to the next match, I think this confused the Aspire faithful.
Yeah.
This match, 2 faces in one match. Ritmo is making his return. He's becoming quite regular recently.
Yeah.
Love Ritmo. He's absolutely fantastic. Always progressing his style. Always having a genesis of his character as well. And he's going against Jordan Lee, the vicious one.
Yes.
Who is living up to his moniker as vicious.
You've not really been in any tag matches recently, have you?
No, I wonder if Lightning Lewis and a lot of the Aspire wrestlers are at college and things like that, so I'm wondering whether they're getting ready for exams and things. Yeah, again, another really good match. The crowd didn't know where to cheer or what to do in this match, which made it a bit flat, crowd-wise. But the match was not. True testament to both of these guys.
Action-packed, fast.
Yeah, true testament to both of these guys for doing that. Because I know from experience that if the crowd is not into what you're doing, it's quite difficult to carry on. Yeah, the experience of Ritmo came into play quite a lot during this match. Psychologically, we all know that Jordan Lee's got a bit of a vicious streak.
Yes. And
he can lose his temper quite quickly. And Ritmo was really playing on that during this match. We didn't get to see a silly salmon.
No,
we did.
I didn't see a silly salmon.
You're probably texting someone.
Possibly.
He did a little tail in between his legs.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. He didn't do it off the top rope then? No, that's probably
Didn't
why I
have a
didn't
long
see it.
body.
I was expecting it off the top rope.
But yeah, it was a good match.
But in all of that chaos and all of the experience that came into play for Ritmo, it would be Jordan Lee. It would show his little bit of cunning to hit the most devastating move in professional wrestling today, the roll-up for the victory. Jordan Lee picks up the victory over his more experienced opponent in this one.
But towards the end, it looked like Ritmo.
Yeah, it looked like Ritmo was. Well, it looked like he was a bit frustrated, as he would be losing a match to anyone. But it did come down to a handshake and a hug. Obviously, not worried about a certain virus that no one else should be worried about either. Teenage Trailblazers next with Charlie and AJ Williams.
Happy birthday, Charlie.
Happy birthday to Charlie Maverick. Have a supersonic birthday. It was in fact yesterday. We're recording this on the Monday after, but goes without saying. Happy birthday, Charlie.
You got a huge pop.
Absolutely fantastic show from you, mate. Really, really proud of you. And they're going against the 5-Star Express. I always forget who's in this. It's Max Castle and Jimmy Frey. Jimmy Frey. Yeah, Jimmy Frey. And they're debuting with Jimmy Frey. We've got Robin Gray.
Boo.
Debuting Robin Gray Enterprises, which is Robin Gray and the insurance policy.
No one needs to know who they are. No one knows. They both suck.
A little bit of a rivalry between Conor Mayhem to bring you up to speed. Conor Mayhem and Robin Gray are no strangers to the squared circle.
No.
And I believe it's 1-1 at this point, isn't it?
I've won one, he's won one, and then his insurance policy,
Yeah.
1-1.
It's 1-1. So we're ready for a rubber match.
I won another match.
If you can survive your next match.
Yes. But yeah, let's not get into that.
Again, 8-man tag match. Charlie Maverick got a huge pop, which was brilliant. I loved that.
And then when he took his cap off, whoa! Everyone went crazy.
He was screaming in the aisles. Again, quite a difficult match to keep up with because of how many people were in it. I think they did a good job. they did a really good job of keeping the action inside the ring, so it wasn't too all over the place. So you keep an eye on it. Like I say, Charlie got a massive pop. Jamie did what he does best.
Yes.
And Xander Palmer didn't really have much of a showing in this match.
Neither did AJ.
And neither did AJ
Charlie.
Williams. But it would come down to the referee being distracted by so many bodies in the ring. The Robin Gray Enterprises and 5 Star Express would go round to the other side of the ring, pull their opponents off the edge of the ring, and Robin Gray would pick up the victory with another roll up as the insurance policy pays out.
Boo.
I know someone would be very happy about that. Hi Christy.
You suck too.
Who's been recently on the channel, by the way.
She sucks.
However, she wasn't in that persona, but she has been on the channel recently.
Put it on mute!
26th of April, we've got announced as the next show in Allenton. They're doing a bit of a flip-flop, a bit of a change of room with the two venues. On the 19th, we're in Sinfin for the Spy Show. On the 26th, it is in Allenton, due to a certain bunny who comes round delivering eggs. And I'm pretty sure bunnies are,
We're talking about Ali,
they give birth to live young, so I'm not sure why a bunny delivers eggs.
So we're not talking about Ali,
Ali,
the bunny.
Ali Carter.
No. Ali
What?
from wrestling. AEW.
Oh, we can always talk about Ali. Instagram.
Follow that.
Fortune or foiled match on that show, featuring Ronan, Cardinal, and Anonymous.
Triple threat.
Triple threat match.
Loser gets number 1.
Winner gets number 30. So whoever takes the pinfall has to come in at number 1. I can see that probably being Joe
Or Anonymous.
and Ronan coming in at number 30. But I think that in that case we both agreed that Ronan's probably going to win that match. Yeah, so we've got that match.
So
That
Boogie
leads
tickets.
into the 10th. Boogie tickets. 2 shows for £8, 1 show for £5. You can do them individually. There's raffles and things like that. We've done that. Go over to Facebook and get your tickets.
Yeah.
See some great action in WrestleMania month, which is, there's no clashing going off with WrestleMania, so that's all good. So
We've seen how many shows are in Tampa.
yeah, he was telling me last night. The Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship next. It is a match that has been brewing for 2 months. Diamond Dave Andrews versus Paul Malin, of course, with the stipulation that if Paul Malin loses his championship, he's gone from the ring.
We've got to be polite about it, haven't we? Because we don't want them coming back and calling you a mark or, a keyboard
I
warrior.
always get called a mark.
Or a keyboard warrior.
A keyboard warrior? I'm never on the bloody keyboard unless I'm editing videos
Or writing notes.
or writing notes. But yeah, as much as DDA is a heel, I still like you, brother. I think you're cool. I think you do play a very good heel and a good foil to Paul Malin. And the last time I saw these two fight, it was Paul Malin, who was the bad guy, and Diamond Dave Andrews, who was the good guy, and that's when he picked up the House of Pain Championship, actually. Dave Andrews.
Wow.
And,
I remember that match.
yeah, and that was in Hina.
It was.
It was in Hina.
Ina.
Hina.
Say about that.
We'll say Bartel.
Whatever it
So, yeah, there's no way you couldn't get a good match out of these two. They are absolute veterans. They are geniuses of their craft. They are just thoroughly entertaining throughout.
They are wrestling gods.
They are wrestling gods. They are goats. They are boats. They are whatever you
Devils.
want to call them. They are messiahs of the ring.
The Ring General.
The Ring Generals. And yeah, fantastic match. Great way to finish the show. Was really looking forward to this one anyway. You two can have a match again, can fight forever for me. Absolutely fantastic. Well done to both of you.
Yeah.
And yeah, but Mayland would pick up the victory. DDA would give as good as he got in this one.
Chops.
The chops. Mayland missing the first one. DDA playing to the crowd. Oh, chop, chop, chop.
And he chopped him.
And then Mayland chopped him. And the chops were like, whoa. I'm so glad I'm not training to be an actual in-ring competitor
Chops.
with things like that one. And the noise that came out of them, I'm quite a weakling when it comes to things like that. But they sounded awesome. Absolutely awesome. Mayland wins a tough battle. And I say these two could just beat the snot out of each other and they'd never get boring. And he retains his championship, therefore staying in the Aspire Wrestling Alliance as an active competitor for
The time being.
a time undisclosed by the briefcase holder who would come out after the match.
Yes.
Rourke
Yeah.
would come out after Mayland picked up the victory. Tap out victory, in fact. Submission. Made DDA tap out with the crossface armbar, which is that's what I'm going to call it. Yeah.
I don't think when Paul and Rob do come to blows, I don't think that's going to work. The crossface.
No, but he's going to have to try and adapt his style. Yeah, he's going to have to try and adapt his style for that one, which he could do. Could quite easily do. I've seen more from Mayland than he gives to Aspire. He certainly had a lot of different character when he was at House of Pain with the Mayland Militia. And yeah, he, like I say, made DDA tap out. Former House of Pain champion, two former House of Pain champions going at it. Rourke would come out after the match. If DDA disappeared through the curtains, Rourke music would hit, and the big man made his way to the ring for a photo op. Mayland holding the title, Rourke holding the briefcase. Doesn't know when it's going to come.
Talking smack to each other, aren't they?
Talking smack, talk is cheap. Podcast on Cheap Shot Entertainment. And yeah, talking smack to each other. Paul Mayland says, if you want to come and get the title, come and get the title. Don't walk away. Rourke makes like he's coming back to the ring. He says, no, I'm not going to cash it in now. You won't know when it's coming.
Being wise.
Being very wise with it. Is there a time limit on that thing?
Not that I know of. Might be a year, I don't know.
When did he win it? Was it the last
Destined
Golden
for
Opportunity?
Glory.
Was it Destined for Glory? Yeah. He won it? Was
That's
that
the
early
same.
on?
It was the same night when Paul won the title for him.
Oh, okay.
When we were
I
there.
thought he'd been holding it for a lot longer than that. But I wasn't there for that. So, yeah, so he's held it since November.
Yeah.
To briefcase. Yeah, so none the wiser as to when Rourke is going to cash this one in, but it keeps you on the edge of your seat in the meantime. Really good show. Really good show in Arlington. After a slight disappointment in terms of turnout last month because of the weather, you can only say it was because of the weather, definitely the crowd was back in full force at this one. And it was really good wrestling, really good crowd, fantastic atmosphere, really good show.
Well done.
Well done, boys and girls, because there was girls running the sound and the merch tables and things like that, taking the money. So it's definitely a team effort over at Spire, and I really like that. So yeah, that is everything that happened on the 8th of March 2020 for the Aspire Wrestling Alliance. The next show is in Sinfin.
Tickets probably still available.
Tickets more than likely still available. On the 26th
29th.
29th.
I shall
So
check.
that's the day after Future, isn't it?
I'll check.
I'm just going to check that for you.
Oh, hello. Kelly.
Going to check that. In the meantime, go over to the blogspot and get your t-shirts. Old school designs.
29th.
29th in Sinfin. Join us on social media, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. And don't forget to click the subscribe button, like the video and hit that notification bell to know when we upload new content to the channel. And we also do movie reviews as well. So, that is everything for this video. You have been the Cheap Shot Nation. I've been here with Connor.
Oh, yeah.
It's maybe the last time you see him based on the next match he's going to have. And I've been your host, Luke, and Josh has been behind the camera, just being Josh.
Probably going to sleep.
I'm going to sleep.
He is going to sleep. He's tried. I'm going to go and get Rufus to jump on him in a minute. And yeah, we'll see you next time. You are the Cheap Shot Nation. It's been Cheap Shot Entertainment. Bye.